What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade, basketball analysis, coming to y'all with a quick video. We're going to talk about the reactions to the Lakers getting defeated by the Golden State Warriors. I like so far how the season has started for the Warriors. They've really been building up a lot of confidence. They've really been enjoying it, playing basketball, enjoying playing together. They have a lot more spacing compared to last year. That was a struggle with Draymond being a non-shooter, Wiseman being a non-shooter, and basically any big that they put in there was a non-shooter pretty much for them the entire season. And to see them be able to have a little bit more space with Bielitsa, who had a huge game, hitting a huge three that allowed them to have a cushion in the fourth quarter, having guys like Jordan Poole give them more dynamicism offensively, being able to hit the mid range, being able to hit threes, being able to play off the ball, just gives them a little bit more juice. Just gives them a little bit more punch that they was definitely lacking for multiple seasons outside of Steph Curry. And he didn't have a great shooting game, but he did get the rebounds. He did set up his teammates. He was aggressive. He was looking for his shots. He missed some easy ones, missed some ones that he normally would make. But at the same time, he still kept his composure, still tried to impact the game to the best of his ability. And at the end of the day, the Warriors was able to get the W. Draymond Green still doesn't score. They wanted him to do more. They wanted to see if he can do more offensively. Still got less than double-digit points. Still was able to get the assists and some type of rebounds and defend. But Draymond showing that decline, that he's not able to do what he was able to do 5 to 7 years ago when they was at their peak as a championship team. Even though he is getting paid a bunch of money, his best skill will be his playmaking, screen setting, and defense. And that's all they probably might get out of him at this point in his career. So that's something to keep a heads up. If you're a Golden State Warriors fan, you might not get that double-digit Draymond ever again. This might be the best version you might get. But as long as you're competitive and as long as he's helping you winning, I don't really think too many Warrior fans are going to complain about that. Same thing with Andrew Wiggins. Didn't have the biggest night, didn't have the biggest game, but he did hit the dagger three. The Golden State was getting on pace to finish and close out the game, and that three by Andrew Wiggins was basically the sealer. He needed to make that shot. It was wide open. Anthony Davis tried to rotate and contest, but he had so much time to get it off clean. It was just up to him to knock it down because it was that open. And that shot pretty much sealed the game for the Golden State Warriors to get this victory. And they needed, to get a W against a Laker team that's still figuring things out, still trying to put things together, and haven't even got their rotation lineups and their players all on the same page yet. You want to pick up as many W's as you can, because I look at the Warriors as a team that's going to be in that play-in conversation. And if they are, you want to be in that 6 seed so you don't have to do it. But if you fall into 7 or 8, you want to be able to have the ability to win less games, so that way you have a more chance of staying in your spot instead of fighting to get a spot, then fighting to keep the spot and lock it in. So the Warriors either are trying to fight to be top 6 or they trying to be 7th or 8th. I have them in that 7 or 8 range, but they're going to be a fun team. They're going to take a lot of shots. They're going to play together. They're going to try to play the best way they can and get the best out of this roster. And at the end of the day, that's what you want to see. That's what Steve Kerr has continued to do. And I love seeing this team play because they're so fun and so explosive, and they really do have exciting style of play. They really do have an exciting style of play. So that's going to keep them interested in the Lakers. Defensively, they just don't have it. They're not the defensive team that they really need to be. This team still struggles identity wise, figuring out where guys need to be, what they need to do when they're on the court. They look good for the most part the first 2 quarters, getting to AD, getting to LeBron. But if other guys isn't going to space the floor, if other guys isn't going to knock down shots and make plays, they're really just going to struggle. They're literally going to struggle to beat the better teams. I don't consider Golden State a contender. I don't consider them one of the better teams. But they was able to control Golden State for the most part. But at the end of the day, they just lacked that burst. They didn't get that third, fourth guy to really come in and really help them out. the way Bielisa, Iguodala, and even guys like Poole did. Avery Bradley did come in and give them a chance to still win the game by hitting a couple threes. I also did see the fact that they had guys like Carmelo hit a couple shots when he was out there. He's not going to give you much more than that, but that's what you're asking him to do at this point in his career. And you even look at AD and LeBron. They did what they were supposed to do. They dominated the inside, the middle, hit some shots from the perimeter, and really was aggressive and really was unstoppable. LeBron was able to hit them jumpers. We looked at LeBron as a guy that can really score the basketball. He can hit the jumper. He can hit the three. He has shown that the last 2 years. He just had to do it consistently. He had some jumpers that he missed. He had some jumpers that he didn't make, but he also had some ones that did go through. He kept them in the game, even when they was trailing, even when they was winning. Offense really ran through LeBron, and he delivered for the most part. But what more could he have done besides make more shots? You ain't going to make all of them. He still was efficient enough. He still playmaking enough. He still looked for a shot. This is the LeBron that I want to see. You don't always have to go to the paint. You got to evolve your game. You got to revolutionize your game. But at the same time, LeBron isn't that same aggressive, kill you paint guy. But he also is in year 17, 18, 19, 20. He's going to have to evolve at this point in his career, and he has done a good job of getting that jump shot a lot better. I give him credit on that, and I like what I have seen. I was questioning that in preseason, but if he continues to play like this, he will be in the MVP conversation. I put him in my top 5, top 4 players in the NBA, and he's showing that he has a ability not to be number one probably, but to be in that conversation as one of the top elite players in the league still to this day. And he showed that in the last couple preseason games, and he really showed that today that he can really get a shot, and he really is still going to be an unstoppable force if the jump shot is falling. The question is, will it fall consistently? He has struggled to do that throughout his entire career, even the last 2 seasons when he shot it better. He still didn't shoot it great. He shot it better than he usually does. And that's something he's going to have to continue to work on as his athleticism continues to climb. Anthony Davis, he was in the paint, banging, rebounding, put back in, hitting shots, tough, and even going aggressive. So Anthony Davis is tough to defend, tough to guard, tough to stop, especially with his speed and athleticism and touch. And he continued to show that today. LeBron and AD are one of the best duos, if not the best duo in the league when they're healthy, and they have already won a title to prove that, and they was that dominant as a duo, and they're capable of anything. But when you're paying Russell Westbrook $40 million, honestly, people might not notice he's the highest paid player on the Lakers currently, and he's only giving you 8 points, and he really only had 6. He got a dunk that was wide open by choice by the Warriors, and that gave him his 8. And if you're shooting 13 shots and you can't even make half, you're going to be in for a long night. You're going to be in on like when your guy is not producing at an all-star / superstar level, but he's getting paid to do it. And that's going to be the biggest question mark all season. That's been the biggest question mark the whole off season. What Russell Westbrook is you going to get? You're not going to get the triple-double Westbrook. You have LeBron, you have AD, you have Jordan, you have Dwight Howard to clean up the boards. So he's not going to kill the boards just because you have a lot of rebounders. He's not going to kill the assist game because you have Rondo, because you have LeBron. And that takes the ball out of his hand. That takes the ball out of his decision making. And that's less assists he's going to get because of that. And if he's not going to be able to hit the mid range, if he's not going to be able to finish, if he's not going to be able to make threes, it's really going to be tough, to see him valuing to an all-star level player outside of just getting votes from the fans, because he struggled scoring the basketball the last couple of years and throughout his career. He struggles scoring it efficiently. He struggles playing off the ball. And it's just going to be tough to see how they use him, how they get the best out of him, and how he will fit with this roster. Same with the role players. A lot of these guys aren't great shooters. A lot of these guys never been dependable shooters. And even at this point of their career, they're still not. Ain't like they improved their shooting. So if they're not going to have the spacing, and Russ is not going to be a huge impact player like they need him to be, that's the whole point of trading for him, it's really going to be tough seeing his Laker team win the title, because LeBron and AD is only 2 players. They need other guys contributing. They need other guys producing. And they just didn't get enough of that for 48 minutes. And they're going to need that to beat the best teams in the West. And they're going to need that to be able to finish the team in the East if they want to win the title. So they have a lot of things they got to work out. They got a lot of things they got to put together and figure out. But it's an 82-game season. They still got chances to tweak this roster. They still got chances to get better, grow together, smooth out the edges, and they still have the playoffs, to use this regular season to prepare for that and to really, allow them to, get the be comfortable with each other. So this is a whole lot of new talent, a whole lot of new players smashed together right now, and it's just going to be a process. It's just going to be a learning curve in the process, trying to smooth it all out. But it's an 82-game season, and they can make a lot of moves still. So give them time, be patient with them, and really let them bond and gel together. Let's judge them months from now. So let's not judge the Lakers in preseason. They still was juggling things and who they want to make the roster, who they want to cut, who they want to add. Now they have more of what their roster is going to be, but it's so much turnover for this roster that they still have a long time to figure everything out. And it may take 2 months to get this team playing its best basketball, and that's just being fair for this roster. But this team still has championship expectations. Anytime you have LeBron, Anthony Davis, and Russell Westbrook, nobody's really worried about you making the playoffs, but everybody is definitely worried about you if you can win a title. And when you have these three guys together, you're going to be in that conversation as a contender. Now we just going to have to see, can they figure it out, get it all together when the season is over? Will they be going home in the first, second, third, finals? Wouldn't they win it all? We don't know, but this team looks far away from a team that can win a title right now. But they have a long way before they have a chance to get there. And then we can see where they at then and judge them accordingly when the playoffs start. So I'm going to be fair. I'm going to be nice. I'm going to be honest. This is what I do. This is analysis. That's what I call it. That's what the world's saying now because of me. And I'm just doing my thing. So Lakers fans, you're doing your thing. Warriors, good luck. Y'all played together. Y'all played smart. And y'all really do trust and believe in each other. And that's going to be the key to get the best out of what y'all can be as a team. Y'all knew that last year. Y'all came up short. Y'all a little bit deeper this year. Guys have grown. Guys have improved. That should just help y'all achieve y'all goals of making the playoffs and seeing where y'all can be when Clay comes back and try to be as dangerous as y'all can to give yourself a even better chance of winning. Other than that, continue to learn, continue to grow, continue to push yourself, and strive for greatness. And that's what the Warriors have been about. Let's see if they can be able to get back to it. But they're not a championship team no more. We can see what they do next year once Clay gets a whole season and some games behind them this year and see if they can become back that championship culture that they built years ago. But they're not there now. We'll see where they are, based off next year. I think that'd be fair for them. Other than that, game one for the Western Conference is under the books. Now we get to see what the rest of the season holds. I'll be back with more videos tomorrow. Quinn Wade, basketball analysis signing out. See y'all Thursday.